Hey guys, Anime5 here. Welcome back to to another gaming slash rant video, and this time it's talking about Xbox. So I was gonna do a let's play, but I decided, you know what? Since the whole thing with the leak with the documents relating to Xbox and Phil Spencer and such, I'm gonna just go ahead and just talk about it because I think it's kind of relevant to what's currently happening. So for those who don't know, after the whole FTC thing went down with Microsoft and the whole Microsoft buying Activision Blizzard and such, apparently there were some documents leaked by the FTC that states some stuff relating to like how at one point Phil Spencer was he had this whole entire idea where he had this whole entire idea where he wanted like Microsoft to like buy out Nintendo, and then apparently it turned out that Nintendo was like, nope, sorry, you're not getting us. Sorry, fuck you. So and yeah, plus Microsoft was a small Xbox was like a small company at the time, and now they're one of the like the top first party publishers, and they and for first party exclusive games. Noted that they don't really make many exclusives outside of Halo, since Halo now is officially a dead franchise. Because after what happened to Master Chief, yeah, no one cares much for Halo except for those who are Halo enthusiasts. But I'm not really much into Halo. I mean, I played number 3. I played the first. I think I played the first one, but I'm not really much of a Halo person, unfortunately. I mean, my brothers are, but not me. Anyways, what was I just saying? Oh yeah, so there's a thing where I think Phil Spencer said that if there's not more subscribers coming for Game Pass, then he like they might plan on like on retiring. Um, they might plan on like on just pulling out of the gaming industry. But for the most part, I don't see that happening anytime soon. Now, a lot of people can go ahead and just and say, oh well, it could actually happen. Anime Core, it could actually happen. No, Microsoft would be too stupid to do that. Like literally, that's a stupid move, and Phil knows that. He would not for the life of himself do that. Okay, he would not. And besides, let's take this into account. Okay, let's take this into account that the fact is that next generation is going to be the last official generation for consoles. Okay, people can go ahead and undermine me and saying the opposite, but what I'm going to say is pretty much factual, because if you think about it, the only thing that really is going for them is really like just the overall digital stuff, but more and more people are fleeing either onto PC or you're fleeing to PC or just buying their games digitally. No one really seems to care about physical media, except for a really small majority. But nowadays, I mean, honestly, if it were to continue, Nintendo would have to be the top person, the top company to really get to really keep the console market going. But I don't see that. I see Nintendo like kind of also doing the same thing, even though that they might find a way to like make like maybe like Nintendo Online to just be the place where you can just download games and then play them. And they might have like some sort of like special device, or they could just allow you to just hop on your PC, download, just go to their website, and then you can play their games that way. But who knows? I mean, Nintendo is kind of a demonic type of company, so don't mess with Nintendo. Unless, of course, you know what's good for you. And honestly, at this point, I mean, it it makes sense, okay? Honestly, and to me, I look at this as like, okay, you know what? I don't mind Game Pass. Honestly, I don't have an Xbox. I just enjoy PC, and PC gaming is where it's at now. Because I mean, PC gaming is becoming more attractive. If you think about it, more and more players are turning either over to PlayStation or Nintendo, or they actually have all three consoles plus a PC. I mean, I used to have an Xbox S at one point, but I only had it for like a couple weeks, and then I decided to just give it back. I think I sold it to. I think I brought it over and just sold it back over to GameStop. I think at one point, but yeah, I don't have that. And the ones I do have are oh my god, what do I have? I have a PS4 still. I have a PlayStation 2 refurbished. I have an N64. I have a Nintendo Wii, and I have a Nintendo Switch. That's pretty much all the consoles I actually have. And of course, I also have the Steam Deck as well. So I have well, one's a hybrid console. One's just a PC handheld device. So what else can I say here? But yeah, I mean, there's a small majority amount of people that also play on PlayStation 5, but the vast majority of people are either on PC or Nintendo Switch, and also they're also on Xbox. But Xbox, I don't see the next Xbox console. I'm just seeing it as the last console war. I mean, the last console generation. After that, everything's all gonna be digital. There's no point. Unless, as I said, again, unless, of course, Nintendo makes a point to saying, hey, there's still a mass market of people that still want to buy physical media. But nowadays, it's like, what's the point? Everything is all online. I mean, hell, you can even play with people online. Back around, like, in the early 2000s, early to late 2000s, you really had like the things that you had back then were just you could only play, like, have a friend over and you could play a game together. Now it's like you don't need that. Everyone has a computer. Everyone has a PC. Everybody has if you live in a good area with good internet, you can totally play directly online via via the cloud, because you don't need to have someone over and play together. You can actually, like, learn. I mean, unless, of course, you got a family, then okay, then I can totally see that point. But if but yeah. Other than that, I don't see really much. And then they did also yeah, there was also leaked documents about some of the games, like the next Doom. Um, there was nothing really announced for Halo, because I don't see 343 making the next Halo game. I do not. I think after Halo Reach, it pretty much, like, ended there. I mean, hell, you could get the Halo Master Chief Collection. Like, you can either get that either on either PC or on Xbox, or even on Game Pass. So you don't really, like, you really don't need to, to shell out and buy yourself an Xbox console. I mean, like, literally, you guys can just play, like, you guys can just play online or something. But I don't know. I'm kind of like going a little bit off the rail here, but that's just the way how I see it. I know your guys' perspective are going to be completely different from mine, but that's just the way how I see things. And yeah, I mean, there's loads of games, and as I said in my last video, I mean, I would love to have games feature more fan service. I would love games to have fan service, and I'm glad that that there are still some games out there that don't actually have pronouns. You don't need pronouns in. One of the games, I actually just put a pre-order down for it. It's Lords of the Fallen. I'm looking forward to that. I think that comes out. Yeah, I think it comes out like in 3 weeks. So, and then I was gonna play Witchfire, which after seeing some gameplay yesterday, I decided, yeah, and that sort of thing. So there you have it. And I know there's going to be the Xbox Series X refresh. Well, it's a mid-gen, so it's pretty much gonna have the same specs. The only thing it's gonna have is it's gonna have just a little like a USB thing as well. And they did also introduce a new controller that goes along with it. And it's pretty much just an all digital console. It doesn't have a disk drive, so therefore you can't really put any physical disc in. All you just need to do is just, and it'll come, I think, pre-installed with Game Pass, so you can just play games directly through Game Pass. I mean, after all, what Xbox is trying to do is they're trying to make Game Pass be a really, they're trying to make it becoming a very attractive money maker of a digital market. Like, they're trying to make it a digital subscription service where instead of paying for individual games, you just make one payment for a subscription service, and it gives you access to the whole entire library of games, from AAA to some of their first party games. Okay, and I mean, in the same, I mean, okay, if you go to look at GeForce Now, which is like the competitor to Game Pass, it's slightly different. It doesn't have it doesn't have any exclusive games, but it does have a lot of the games that you can play anywhere. They can play on the cloud as long as you have a subscription with GeForce Now, meaning that you can play all the games available. Yeah, probably either day one or something. So GeForce Now is a really good. Also another good subscription service, because if your computer, if it has like an NVIDIA graphics card, it can play any type of game. It can play all the games that run with an NVIDIA graphics card. I mean, because it's NVIDIA. NVIDIA owns GeForce Now, so and all the games you can totally play on there as well. So you have a couple of options. It's like Netflix versus Hulu, or Netflix versus Paramount, or Netflix versus Prime. There you go. Because I mean, Game Pass is like Netflix. Okay, once you make a payment, you essentially get a whole access slew of awesome games. And with Game Pass, you actually get a good ounce of library of games to play. And yeah, and even though you don't own those games, but some of the games will I'm not sure how it goes, but maybe like every month, a few of the games get swapped out for new ones. That's basically what Game Pass is. It's the digital game market of Netflix. That's pretty much what it is. But for me, honestly, I would just prefer to pay for games individually, so that way I own them digitally. I mean, I own at least 200 and something games via Steam. But I do actually have maybe 4 or 5 games. I mean, pretty much most of them are Kingdom Hearts. So it's Kingdom Hearts. One was, I think, Kana, the Bridge of Spirits or something. And then, and I'm looking forward to getting, to installing, Witchfire as well. So, yeah, there you go. So, feel free to leave your comments down below. But yeah, I would definitely suggest that if you guys don't have Game Pass, and definitely try out Game Pass. For those who are new and don't know what Game Pass is, definitely try it out to see if you guys like it. I mean, instead of paying for individuals, so that way, if you're only paying, so let's say, let's say that maybe you are a 5-year-old kid or an 8-year-old kid, and you only have an Xbox, but you have to share it with everybody, like in your, or maybe you just own it. And let's say that your parents restrict you from paying for individual games. simple. You could just tell your mom or your dad saying, "Hey, mommy, daddy, their Anime Core suggested this really cool, awesome subscription service for me to check out. It's called Gamepass. You know, is it possible for me to try for me to to just try it out? It's only $15 a month." And I can get access to all these cool, awesome games instead of because I know that you guys don't like me spending 30 to 40 bucks on individual games that I like, but if I just pay $15 a month for the subscription, I can actually play it. It's like it's the gaming version of Netflix. And then they'll be like, all right, fine, son, all right, I'll all right, I can pay for it, but you must promise me that you will not, under any circumstances, play any game that does not feature any adulterated stuff. Due to the fact is that you're a 5 to an 8-year-old child, but once you become an adult, once you're 17 or 18, I will give you more access to view some adulterated content. And that's pretty much it. So if you haven't tried it out, definitely try it out. Or if maybe you actually, or maybe you're mostly on console, PC, you could definitely try out Game Pass there. Or you could also try it out, or you can also try GeForce Now. So those are definitely the options right there. So definitely check it out. And yeah, so those are my 2 cents right there. Honestly, I don't see Xbox pulling out of the game market. I think Phil Spencer is kind of going over the top, but and I know how much he wants people to invest into it, but it's still a good well versed platform. I'm not going to deny it. I mean, I tried it out at least once. It wasn't bad. I just prefer to just buy games individually. I don't have anything against Game Pass. I just prefer games individually because I would rather own the games and play them to my heart's content without even worrying about them going away. But to each his own. Anyways, that about covers it. So if you guys liked everything that, if you guys like my content, sorry, I'm playing Persona 5 here. If you guys like my content, definitely give it a like, comment down below, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon, and share this video with everyone around the net. Tell them what's going on, and yeah, I mean, feel free to voice your own opinions. Honestly, I have nothing against Game Pass. I have nothing against GeForce. Everybody deserves to like something, and hey, what happened to the world with freedom of expression? It's gone now. But hey, in my world, everybody has the freedom to choose what they like and such. You may not like fan service. I do. You may not like seeing some adulterated content, but I do. You don't mind. You prefer Final Fantasy VII Remake, then I don't. So, it goes both ways. It's agree to disagree type of thing, but apparently these days, no one can agree to disagree on anything. It's always just, if you disagree with them, you get canceled, or you get blocked by someone. Which has already happened to me multiple times by some of my friends, or that I used to have. So, there you go. But yes, this is Anime Core 5, and I will see you guys next time. So feel free to voice your opinions and share it around social media. There are some links in the description for my social media, even though I'm not really on there as much anymore because obviously I was trying to recreate a Facebook thing, because the fact is that I didn't want to use the email account that I use for everyday usage, and apparently I can't seem to use it anywhere else. So, there you go. So, again, this is Anime Core 5, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.